welcome back. So, with the previous lectures, we have already completed Act 1 of Hamlet. And today, let's get on with the summary and analysis of Act 2, Scene 1. So, Act 2, Scene 1 marks Polonius's instructions to his servant. See, in the previous act, we have already seen Polonius giving a set of instructions to his son Laertes while he was going to France, a set of instructions on how to live, how to lead a life to his son Laertes. And in this scene, we can see Polonius's instructions to his servant. This scene opens in a room in Polonius's house, with Polonius speaking to his servant Rinaldo, who is going to France to deliver some money and papers to Polonius's son Laertes. So Rinaldo, the servant, is going to France to give some money and papers to Laertes, and the scene opens with Polonius and Rinaldo having a conversation. Polonius asks Rinaldo to bring him complete information regarding his son's mode of life and his activities. So Polonius wants Rinaldo to find out what Laertes is doing in France. He wants to get the complete information. He asks Rinaldo to collect all possible information about Laertes from various sources without letting Laertes know that he is collecting such information. So Polonius doesn't want his son Laertes to know that he is inquiring about him. So he wants Rinaldo to collect all possible information about him without Laertes knowing about it. Polonius gives to Rinaldo the freedom to question people of Laertes' acquaintance and to encourage them to reveal the true facts about Laertes by himself throwing out hints that Laertes is addicted to certain bad habits like gambling, drinking, swearing, and quarreling. What a commitment to his son, right? Polonius wants Rinaldo to spy on his son Laertes. And look at the crookedness of Polonius. He wants Rinaldo to question each and every acquaintance of Laertes, and he is saying that he should give away threads that Laertes is actually a person with so many bad habits like gambling, drinking, swearing, and quarreling, thinking that giving away these leads would encourage his acquaintance, Laertes' acquaintance, to speak about the truth regarding him. So Polonius really doesn't care if he is spoiling the reputation of his son or not. He just wants to know all the facts relating to him. The next section, Ophelia's account of Hamlet's strange behavior. Rinaldo leaves and Ophelia enters. So after giving permission to Rinaldo to question Laertes' acquaintance, Rinaldo leaves and Ophelia enters the stage. Ophelia tells her father that she is feeling terribly frightened because Hamlet has visited her in a strange, disordered condition, with his doublet unbraced, with no hat upon his head, with his stockings ungartered, and with a piteous look in his eyes. So here Ophelia really feels sorry for Hamlet, and when Hamlet says Ophelia, Hamlet was in a really strange, worn out condition with his doublet embraced, doublet meaning a kind of jacket, and that was open, with no hat upon his head, with his stockings ungartered, his stockings were not properly pulled up, and with a piteous look in his eyes. He had a sorrowful look in his eyes. So Ophelia is feeling terribly frightened of Hamlet's strangeness. Polonius interprets this description as showing that Hamlet has gone mad on account of the disappointment caused to him by Ophelia's rejecting his advances under her father's orders. So when Polonius hears all this, he comes to the conclusion that Hamlet is under love sickness. It is because of that that Hamlet is now in disillusionment and now he is sorrowful. Polonius now regrets having regarded Hamlet's courtship of Ophelia as mere flirtation. So the reason why Polonius rejected Ophelia's feelings for Hamlet was that Polonius suspected that Hamlet was only fooling around with his daughter, but now with Hamlet's present plight, he comes to the assumption that Hamlet really loves Ophelia. However, he decides to apprise the king of this development, namely Hamlet's condition, which he considers to be a love madness, the very ecstasy of love. So Hamlet decides to discuss this matter with King Claudius about Hamlet's assumed love madness, which Polonius finds to be the very ecstasy of love. And here ends Act 2, Scene 1 of Hamlet. Now let's move on to the critical analysis of the scene. Polonius's character further revealed. So with this scene, we get a further clear picture of Polonius's character. The scene throws some further light on the character of Polonius. Polonius is a suspicious and cunning man. He is setting a spy on his son who has been in France for some time. He wants this spy, namely Rinaldo, secretly to gather all possible information about Laertes' mode of living. He even suggests that Rinaldo, while questioning persons of Laertes' acquaintance, should throw out hints that Laertes was addicted to certain bad habits. Obviously, Polonius is an unscrupulous man. See, in this character, Polonius is revealed to be a man without any ethics, without principles. He is an unscrupulous man who is willing to adopt any means for his own goods, even if it means killing his son's reputation. So that is the general nature of Polonius. Moving on, we face this question about Hamlet's madness. Is it real or is it feigned? Ophelia's description of Hamlet's condition suggests that Hamlet has suffered what may be called a mental collapse. See, Ophelia's account of Hamlet's strange and disoriented behavior suggests that he may have had a mental collapse. It seemed to Ophelia that when Hamlet appeared before her, he had been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors. This has been taken to indicate that Hamlet's madness is genuine. It is argued that Hamlet has no reason to torment Ophelia with a feigned madness. We know that Hamlet was really in love with Ophelia, and so there is no reason for Hamlet to really hurt her. And he would not have hurt her in his right mind. So we can say that in this light, we can say that Hamlet's madness is genuine and it is not feigned. It is also said that whenever Hamlet feigns madness, his condition is distinguishable from moments of genuine madness. When he feigns madness, his remarks and his answers to other people's questions show a characteristic wit, so that even Polonius sees a method in this madness. See, we can clearly understand when Hamlet is faking madness and when he is genuinely gone out of his mind. See, when he feigns madness or when he fakes madness, his remarks and his answers to other people's questions show characteristic wit. See, it is partly sarcastic in tone, so that Even Polonius sees a method in this madness. In the previous act, Polonius says that though this be madness, there is method in it. So Polonius is seeing a method, a certain kind of justification to Hamlet's behavior. So we can clearly distinguish between Hamlet's feigned and real madness. It is held by some critics that because the only person from whom he could expect some sympathy, namely Ophelia, has rejected him, Hamlet's mind is actually unhinged. We know that in Act 1, Hamlet is telling Horatio and Marcellus that from now on, that is, after the revelation made by Ghost about the death or the murder of his late father, Hamlet says that he will be putting on an antique disposition, an alternate behavior. But as the plot progresses, some critics state that when Ophelia rejected him, Hamlet had really gone mad. His mind is actually unhinged after Ophelia stopped responding to his love. Polonius now feels convinced that his explanation of Hamlet's distraction as being due to his love for Ophelia was right. So, with this scene, with Ophelia's stating of Hamlet's strange behavior, Polonius is now convinced that Hamlet is now actually mad, or he is in love sickness, and it is due to Ophelia's rejecting his love. And he believes that his assumption was right all along. And that becomes the end of this session. As assignment, comment on Hamlet's madness, real or feigned. Thank you and have a nice day.